does the majority of bison ranching occur in Montana, or are there other areas of the United States, or I guess other countries where bison is being raised?
There's probably, well, I guess, close to 500,000 alive now, and they're 99% privately owned as a species. They're the only species that are like that. If we were to depend on just what's in Yellowstone, what the federal government did, they would die out in one generation. There would be no more bison left. So it's actually only ranchers and commerce and capitalism that are keeping the animal alive, and which is a very interesting model, right? It's profit driven, and you can't have like federal leases. It's also very prohibitive, right? Our federal government really tries to stop that as well. That gets into deep politics with beef and a lot of competition on leases in the greater Yellowstone region. But to answer your question, the bison market, it's privately owned. There are a few large guys. Montana might be like the second or third largest producing state, but the largest one is New Mexico, only because of the Bermejo, I believe, with Turner Ranches. Ted Turner owns, again, somewhere between 1 million and 2 million acres that he's produces bison on. And we partner with him on certain ranches that he has certain protocols for, and buy and trade and sell animals through that network to help support our supply chains and those kinds of things. So, but there's other guys too, equally large, that are just like one-off individual private people. And yeah, we have good partnerships with them as well.
And so you said that so getting federal leases for land to raise bison that's like a no?
Yeah, there's a lot of regulation to stop that, and a lot of political chatter where people talk about brucellosis, which there's never been a recorded case of a bison giving that to a cow, but people use that and that rhetoric that was developed in the 80s through the beef lobby, which is the largest lobby in the United States, to try to create laws to stop bison from growing, because it is profitable to stop you from leasing federal and state ground like BLM, that kind of stuff, which is where you can really accelerate an operation quickly. It's like people that grow corn really only grow it for the subsidy. That's what I view federal and state land ranching as. It's a bit of a subsidy. So if you can't participate in that system, you're up against a wall, and you can only lease from private or buy private. And unless you have $20 billion, you're not going to be able to buy something at a large enough size. You have to depend on long-term, I'm talking 30-year lifetime leases of running ground. And some we own, some we lease, that we run into that. And as every time we're able to buy more, we buy more and add that onto the ranch. But a lot of it leases. So like leasing through a private individual is obviously much more expensive than going through